Tesla have just reduced the price of full self-driving pretty significantly, down to $8,000. And apparently Tesla's about to do something very soon, which is launch in China. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. I'm a big fan of full self-driving. Honestly, guys, I don't have a whole lot of faith in humanity when it comes to driving. I've had too many instances where, back in my earlier days, I worked for a building company and I had to do driving on a daily basis. And there were so many times where I had people do things where, they nearly hit me. Situations where I had to avoid crashes. Here, where I live in New South Wales, here in Newcastle, just driving at the roundabout here with my boys. Right, drove around the roundabout and had a taxi driver just try to smash into the side of our car. It was crazy. This happened about 2 weeks ago. And I was paying close attention at this roundabout while I was going around the roundabout. I had right away, and this taxi driver just decided, no, not going to pay any attention to you. I think he was on the phone and he would have hit my son. A T-bone collision. It would have been, disastrous. There's been too many times like that for me where I thought, you know what? I'm going to be happy when computers drive cars, because I think it'll be a lot safer than human beings who are distracted by phones, distracted by alcohol, distracted by drugs, distracted by all kinds of things. Yesterday, I had someone stop in the middle of the road in front of me because there was a puddle. I mean, it was like this deep, but they stopped and I had to slam my brakes on. You don't expect someone when you're in a zone where it's 60 mile per hour zone, right? Should just slam their brakes on for a puddle, and I wasn't expecting this. So, you know what? I'm going to be kind of happy when Tesla's full self-driving, when, other companies' full self-driving becomes a thing, because I think it will save a lot of lives. There's about 1 million people who die, I believe, on the roads every year. Approximately 1.2 million. That's a hell of a lot of deaths that can probably all be avoided. Tesla's full self-driving feature will launch in China very soon, said Elon Musk. Tesla actually rolled out full self-driving 4 years ago, but it hasn't made it available in China yet. Musk said it may be possible very soon though, while replying to an X post by a user asking when Tesla would actually launch full self-driving in China. Tesla actually rolled out full self-driving 4 years ago, but it has not yet made it available in a number of different countries around the world. In fact, most countries full self-driving isn't available. Other Chinese automakers, including XPeng, which apparently use some of Tesla's source code for their full self-driving, have been seeking to gain an advantage over Tesla by rolling out their own versions of autopilot, essentially. They say that some of them are capable of up to level 3 driving, but that's not really proven in the real world. But to be honest, technology moves so quickly in China, there is a good chance that full self-driving will be a thing in China. We know it already is in terms of there are robo-taxis, but they use a similar system to Google or to Waymo and to GM's Cruise division, where they have to have mapping and the cars can't drive outside of these HD mapped areas. Very different to XPeng and Tesla's approach, which enables cars to drive anywhere. In March, XPeng said it is upgrading its advanced driver assistance software and plans to make all of its functions available to drivers across China in 2024. XPeng's XNGP advanced driver assistant is similar to Tesla's full self-driving technology, which is probably no surprise to people who know about the history of XPeng's driving technology. A former Tesla staffer who worked in Tesla's full self-driving division actually took all of Tesla's code and went to China. He began working at XPeng, obviously gave them all this code, and Tesla discovered what had happened. They sued him and XPeng, and they were successful. Now, we don't know how much of that code is used by XPeng, possibly none of it, possibly all of it, no one really knows. But the point is, XPeng's full self-driving software works very similarly to Tesla's, and it works very, very well. I think we're going to see more competition in terms of full self-driving in China. And that's probably why Elon Musk is so eager for Tesla to, improve it, to work better. This year, apparently, by the end of this year, Tesla will have invested $10 billion into its automated driving software. But it's worth pointing out Tesla does plan on using this not just for cars, but also for robots, sort of like a neural net. So in some ways, this hasn't just been a car thing, it's also been an artificial intelligence thing. Now guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Tesla will be able to crack full self-driving this year or next year or the following year? I mean, to be honest, if you're going to say never, please don't comment, because that's just ultimate extreme pessimism. You're the kind of person who probably thinks the world's a terrible place and everyone's out to get you. That clearly it's going to happen at some point. The question, in my opinion, is not if it will happen. The question is when. What year will it happen? Now, I actually think it'll happen next year. But, I said that last year as well. But genuinely, I do believe it this year. And the reason I believe it is after seeing how much Tesla's full self-driving has improved this year. I think if you combine that with Tesla's newer software, with their better computers, with their upgrade, with their new, basically, camera system, having that extra camera, having those extra megapixels, going from 1 megapixel cameras to 5 megapixel cameras, I think all those improvements, you put those together, and I think that'll potentially enable Tesla to do it. But the other thing that's worth pointing out is Tesla's new computer system, their Dojo training system. Now, apparently Tesla are no longer compute constrained. That's what Musk said, no longer compute constrained. Before, you couldn't feed all the data in that you wanted to because the system couldn't handle it. Now, though, it can take just insane amounts of data, and it's one of the fastest supercomputers in the world. That will definitely help Tesla to crack some of those edge cases. It's all those edge cases, those 1% of edge cases, all those random things that I think are probably preventing a lot, or maybe slowing down the development. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.